Good afternoon, everyone. Julie, can you confirm that you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Thank you. And I can hear you.
Perfect. Welcome, everybody, for the 107th UAE branch meeting. Today, we have a special guest, Luke, who will guide us through some personal experiences and on mental health. I will come to that later. I will initially start with some introduction branch updates before giving it over to Luke. Some good news. Our LinkedIn page is increasing with followers. This month we reached a little over 1,200 followers, which is an increase of 112 compared with last month. I'm very pleased with that. It's good to see that we are reaching out to everyone on LinkedIn. Please share as well your feedback on LinkedIn or via our WhatsApp group if you have any questions or any information you would like to share with us. Risk Excellence Awards, even though we recently had the Risk Excellence Awards of 2022. The entries for 2023 are opening up on the 1st of October of this month, of this year. So anyone who wants to put himself forward or her organization forward from the 1st of October, the entries are open. Some updates on training. Luckily, we see that the summer break is over and we see more and more training courses being published on the website. I will not go through the entire list, but there are some interesting courses in the month of October and a few already listed for November. So if you're interested in one of these courses, visit the IIRSM website or reach out to training@iirsm.org for more information on the specific courses. Branch meetings. I've listed the upcoming branch meetings in the region, the international ones. Saudi Arabia has their branch meeting on Tuesday, September 20th. Qatar will be on 27th. And then moving into October with our next branch meeting scheduled for October 12th. UK and Europe have a couple of branch meetings listed for the month of September. London, Southeast and Wales branches will do that in the second half of September. So if you're interested in attending any of these webinars, please feel free to sign up for it. You will get, similar to our branch meeting, the invite and the confirmation, and you can attend the meeting. To answer one of the questions we always get, everyone attending this branch meeting will receive tomorrow or the day after tomorrow an email from IIRSM with a link to the branch meeting to be able to review the branch meeting again, but also with a certificate of attendance. So anyone worried about their certificates, they will be sent to you. That will be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. For any of the previous branch webinars, look at the IIRSM website or on YouTube, where you can review the branch webinars as well. Professional developments, online seminars. I've listed the ones that are posted on the website at the moment. There's an interesting case study on workplace culture in Ghana scheduled for the 1st of October. For those interested in applying for the IRSM Risk Excellence Award for 2023, there is a seminar on the 3rd of October, which will provide you information on how to apply and which steps to follow. So for those who are interested in that, please join us on the 3rd of October. And then there are 3 other seminars, one on personal branding on October 17th. The role of human and organizational performance in high reliability organizations is scheduled for November 8th. And then towards the end of November, we have a session organized on applying for IRSM fellowship. So keep an eye on the website for the latest online seminars and webinars. And again, feel free to attend these sessions. Membership, we're always very happy with everybody attending the webinars, following us on WhatsApp and LinkedIn, but the membership has a couple of benefits which are important to mention. IRSM provides training and qualifications. Members get exclusive discounts, provide a competency framework, provide a magazine, The Sentinel, and weekly newsletters with the latest information to keep up to date. And we have an emerging risk leaders network. For those interested to become a member, join us today. After this meeting, visit our website and sign up. If you use the UAE 25 code, you get a 20% discount on your annual membership. So for those interested, please visit our website and sign up and become a member and join us. Future meetings, as mentioned before, October 12th will be our next branch meeting. And then we finish this year on November 9 and December 14th, with continuation in 2023 for every second Wednesday of the month. At the moment, we're trying to finalize the October 12th webinar. I hope that we are able to get invited for the webinar someone from Abu Dhabi Public Health Center who can guide us through the latest developments of the OSHA guidelines and standards. That is not yet confirmed. If we will not be able to organize that for the October 12th, then we will do our best for November 9. But there is the intention to have Abu Dhabi Public Health Center participating in the upcoming or the next branch meeting, and I think that would be very interesting for everyone. We keep you updated on that, so keep following us on our social media. As we are a members organization, we would like you all to get involved. So if there's any suggestion for a presentation topic, do let us know. If you have a topic yourself you want to present, or if you want to share a best practice or experience, please feel free to reach out to us and we can allocate a slot to you to just share with us your best practice or experience. That doesn't need to be a full presentation of 30 minutes or longer. If you just have 8-10 minutes topics you want to discuss, again, feel free to reach out. Again, we do it for our members, so we would like to get our members involved as well. That's for the branch update. As mentioned, we have been able to invite Luke for a presentation on mental health. I'm very happy with that Luke is willing to participate. Seasoned health and safety professional, works and lives in the UK, good understanding of the construction industry, and Luke is going to guide us through well, his personal experience and the work he does related to mental health. Luke, I'll give it to you.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Can you just put in chat and confirm that you can all hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you and I see your presentation.
Thank you. So this is a presentation I've been delivering since 2019. I developed it from an old employer and I've delivered it at various sites and offices across the different parts of the UK. I called it Thinking Differently. It is a personal perspective on mental health issues and experience, and I hope by the end of this, you will all maybe think differently about mental health. So I will begin. Bit about me first. My name is Luke Hogan. I'm 32 years old. I currently live in Doncaster, which is in South Yorkshire in England. I've worked in the UK petrochemical and construction industry for the past 11 years, currently employed as a HSE advisor. 7 years of these, I was based on P66 Humber Refinery. I was born with a physical condition which affects the joints and tendons and muscles in my arms and hands. I've had this since I was born and I will have it until the day I die. I support Liverpool Football Club, so I hope there's no Manchester United fans on this presentation. I'm
Dutch and you won yesterday from Ajax, so congrats on that.
Thank you. I enjoy spending time with friends and family, listening to music, socialising, and playing or refereeing football. What do I know about mental health? I have personal first-hand experience of suffering with poor mental health during my younger years, which I will talk about in a short while. I'm a fully qualified MFHA England mental health first aider. I successfully completed a further course, several mental health issues course, which covers topics such as psychosis, depression, schizophrenia, eating disorders, among many others. I was part of a steering team from a previous employer to develop and roll out a mental health strategy across the business nationwide in partnership with Mates in Mind. Mates in Mind are an amazing charity in the UK doing absolutely fantastic work in the UK construction and heavy industry to raise awareness around mental health. From that, I regularly delivered start the conversation sessions internally within the business to raise awareness around mental health. From our current employer, I co-lead the mental health steering group. There's a team of 10 of us and we decide on policy, best practice, what we're going to do moving forward as a business. So, personal experience of mental health issues. From 13 to 16 years old, I suffered with my mental health. During this time, I had anxiety and depression, zero self-confidence, no self-belief, really poor self-esteem. This resulted in me experiencing a lot of negative thought processes. During this time, looking back, I was catastrophizing it of things, black and white thinking. I was in a really dark place during this time. Support from family and friends helped me to improve. Also, for a short while, I attended counselling sessions. Several factors contributed to my decline in mental health during this time. Obviously, growing up with a physical disability, being in and out of hospital during my younger years, and I was also worried how I was going to cope, whether I'd be able to get a job, what my future would be like, and I also had issues at school. Then, when I was around 15 years old, I had major surgery on my jaw, which made my face go really swollen for a number of months, and that had a negative effect on my mental well-being as well. Over the years, my mental health and well-being has improved. I'm happy to say I'm a lot happier. I'm in a lot better place. It hasn't been easy though. Over the past 10 years, I've lost several people close to me to death. My most recent one was last year. I lost my mother to pancreatic cancer, and I'm not afraid to say that had quite a severe impact on me mental health and well-being during last year, obviously coinciding with the global coronavirus pandemic issues as well. No matter what challenges or struggles we'll face, they can be overcome. Every single one of us will face challenges in our personal lives or professional lives, but with the right mindset, right belief, right support, help, and coping strategies, we can and will get through anything. Mental health in construction. So this is the UK industry. For men under 50, suicide is the leading cause of death. Among all the industries, the construction industry has the highest suicide rate, with at least 2 construction workers completing suicide every single day. It is widely acknowledged that there is a stigma around mental health, not just in the UK industry, but in society in general. There's been a lot of fantastic work these past 5 or 10 years, but there is still a lot of work to be done. 1 in 4 people will suffer from mental health issues each year. There's a common belief among many males and many men in the industry that talking about mental health issues is a sign of weakness and that you need to man up. This must change to improve mental well-being in the industry. And then just some stats to talk through with you now. This is from a Construction News article. 54% of people surveyed experience mental health issues. 41% experience mental health issues at the current place of employment. 24%, which is actually now higher following further studies. It is now 26%, just more than a quarter, have considered taking their own life. 14% have lost their colleague to suicide. 89% of those surveyed felt like they couldn't ask their employer for support. 29% of taking time off work due to mental illness. 60% did not tell their employer the reason for their absence. 82%, which I 100% agree with, said there is a stigma surrounding mental health in the industry. 88% also said there needs to be more support, and only 28% are satisfied with the support given by their line manager. So before I deliver this presentation, I also did a bit of research as well. mental health in the United Arab Emirates. A 2020 study found that 57% of people in the United Arab Emirates suffered from at least one mental health disorder. The two most common ones, 56.4% and 31.5% respectively of the population, were anxiety and depression. There is a stigma around mental health issues and treatments and care in the region. However, attitudes are slowly starting to change in the UAE. According to a 2019 survey, a vast majority of 72% would seek or suggest seeking professional help if they or a loved one were struggling with their mental health. The COVID pandemic has exacerbated mental health issues in the United Arab Emirates. A 2020 academic study on the psychological impact of COVID-19 in the UAE found more than a third of the population felt their mental health had deteriorated during the pandemic. And also there are a number of resources which can be of help, which we'll talk about briefly. The Ministry of Health and Prevention, the Health Authority Abu Dhabi, the Dubai Health Authority, there is a FICA program, the UAE's public healthcare system, the ML Council, which is a non-profit organisation that offers emotional health and guidance on the values of hope, care and gratitude. And there's also Mental Health, an online platform that provides services, information and resources to create awareness and end the stigma surrounding mental health in the UAE. So on this next slide, before I move forward, I want a bit of audience participation. Can any of you write in chat any work-related factors which you think could have a negative impact on mental health?
We're just waiting for any to come through. Maybe I'll put alcohol out there if that's the sort of thing you were looking for.
Yeah, alcohol is a good one.
Maybe
Stress, work pressure.
Yeah, we've got peer pressure and extra hours.
Yeah,
Stress,
peer
workload.
pressure, young hours. Yeah, stress, workload. So I will go through the work-related ones one by one. Working away from home. You could be working away from home in another part of the country, or maybe in a different country, and you might not be able to see your friends and family for a certain period of time. I know this was exacerbated quite significantly during the COVID pandemic when countries and areas worldwide was under lockdown and could only really stay and not go out or do social activities. Doing physically hard and demanding work, when you're doing this day in, day out, you sometimes think, why am I doing this? What is this all for? Working in unforgiving and harsh environments. This can apply during the cold winter months when you're working out on site, in winter, driving rain, blizzards, fog, extremely cold, icy, and you're going to work in the dark and coming home in the dark. But on the flip side of that, it can also be in the hot summer months when you're going through an extreme heat wave, having to work on hot areas of the site, hot areas of the refinery, having to wear full PPE. Heat stress could play a factor. Having poor working relationships with co-workers or management, you could be falling out with your manager or line manager or senior management. That could have a negative effect on your mental health, could also affect us as well. Conversely, if you've got poor relationships with your co-workers, that could just not affect you, it could also affect them also. Not getting paid enough, could be not getting paid enough. This is quite significant with the current cost of living and inflation that is happening in the UK and in other countries as well. Having to work extremely long hours with time pressures, this can apply especially to the petrochemical industry when you're working on petrochemical refineries during shutdown periods, when you're working 13 days on, 1 day off, 13 days on, 1 day off, 11-hour shifts, and you're under pressure from your supervision or management because they are under pressure from the client to get the job completed on time. Job security, employment worries, your current contract, current term of employment could be coming to an end. You may be worried in case there's no future employment. You might be worried how you're going to support yourself, how you're going to support your family. And then I will just move on. If anyone can put in the chat again any personal factors which could have a negative impact on mental health.
Yeah, we've had some money worries, caring responsibilities, health worries.
Yeah.
Any more from anyone? Financial constraints, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Any more from anyone? And victimization, that's an interesting one as well.
Yeah. I will go through them one by one.
Yeah, we just had I'll say this one because we just had this one in disturbed relationship.
Yeah.
Lack of sleep, medical issues. There's lots coming through.
Yes. Well, I'll talk for the ones I've got. Conflict with your ones or friends. There could be falling out with your brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, partners, or the parents. And that will have a negative effect, not just on your mental health, but it could also impact theirs as well. Family issues, there could be something you could be experiencing as a whole family unit together, and it will affect the whole family unit. Death of a family member or close friend. As I said earlier in my presentation, I've lost 3 of my best friends, my uncle, and I've also lost my mother last year. And when you do lose someone you love and care about, it does have a major negative impact on your mental health. Financial constraints, financial issues, worrying about money. You could be in debt, could be mortgage, credit cards, obviously on the run up to Christmas. Obviously, finances and everything get tighter. Illness, either yourself being ill or a family member falling ill. This was highlighted quite significantly during the COVID pandemic, when people was worried about their own health and own well-being, and also other members, any vulnerable members of their family or friends falling ill. Under the other medical conditions or history of previous mental illness. And then I'm just going to ask you all to take a minute to think about someone you know at work. Think of a work colleague. Create a profile of that person in your mind. I'll ask you to all think for a minute or so.
Look, just to respond to this one, while people think of the question is this not something that's very difficult as well, where we amongst colleagues pretend that all is fine?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it can be quite difficult because sometimes colleagues can put on a brave face of work and think,
Correct.
so
Yeah.
they think they are fine.
Yeah, so we've had one here. Oh, apologies. A jolly person is suddenly going silent.
Yeah, a jolly person. Yeah, that can. Yeah, definitely.
And then someone else has asked if you could repeat the question, please.
Think of someone you know at work. Create a profile of that person in your mind. Would you be able to recognise any changes in that person? And what would you do? What action would you take to help them?
So I've got one here saying, what about delusions with spouse or friends? Not sure what that means exactly, but. So another one else saying a great session, which it is.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, sorry, Branko, you first.
Sorry, go ahead. No. What I believe is that I think it's quite difficult. I think you need to focus on the signs. I don't think all colleagues will show to their colleagues that they might have some concerns or a mental issue, mental health issue. I think on the other side, it's also quite challenging to approach a colleague. The question was made, the answer was given. A jolly person that's going suddenly silent. Would you immediately step up to that person and ask what's wrong? Or I think that's a barrier as well. Many of us face to ask colleagues if everything is well.
Yeah. Well, from my
teaching habits as well. Yeah.
So we've had a few more comments come through. Only one suggestion of what to do, and that's the employee assistance program. And we've had some people saying aggressive behavior as a sign, change in habits, such as becoming a smoker or a drinker or irritable. Someone else has said, usually just ask if they're okay, as notice some changes. It is observing skill and also having communication or referral to consultant. I'm not sure what that means. One thing that I always found really useful, I used to have a boss that always asked if he asked if you were okay, he always asked twice. And it was only usually the second time that you actually thought about actually telling them how you were feeling. And I try and do that as well. I always try and ask people twice, because I find the first time we just automatically go, oh, I'm great, thanks, how are you?
Yeah, that's something I've learned as well, obviously in my experience, and obviously from my training, become a mental first aider. If you ask someone once and I'm not sure if they are okay, definitely just ask them again and ask them if they would like to have 5 minutes, have a break, have a coffee, go to a safe space where they're choosing to talk about it if they would like to. I will move on to the next slide. At work, you may not know a person very well. but can you recognise that a person is suffering and not having a good day? Obviously, I know we've had some signs drawing the yes side, which are absolutely fantastic. But if anyone can think of any more, please, that would be appreciated.
Any signs of stress? I think we had irritability, snapping, that kind of thing, losing your temper.
Yeah. Also, I'll throw one out there as well. Dishevelled appearance. Someone could look quite smart, and then one day they may come in looking quite scruffy and downtrodden.
Yeah, it's like a change in the behaviour or the way you look. And someone else has said absenteeism as well, which is a good one.
Yeah.
And someone else has commented, if there is no stigma and biases, then people will talk. Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very true.
Okay, so that's all the comments so far, Luke.
Yeah, thank you. I will move on. What it is, this is a spotting the signs poster. I will email this out to Branca after this presentation, and if anyone would like to share it, receive this poster to display, or share with colleagues, peers, or line managers, let me know or let Branca know, and I will share it with you. So, spotting the signs. There's feeling restless and agitated, feeling tearful, not wanting to talk or be with people. People could be using drugs, alcohol or drugs to cope with feelings or emotions, not replying to messages or being distant, not wanting to do the things that you usually enjoy, finding it hard to cope with everyday things and activities, recent inability to concentrate on the work tasks or in meetings. There could also be an inability to complete any of the work on time. And then also there could, as mentioned during the comments, a new pattern of unexplained lateness or absences. So next, I'm going to share with you all a quick 3 or 4 minute long video. It's called I Had a Black Dog. His name was Depression. Some of you may already be aware of this video. I'll just share it now. That, I believe, is an extremely powerful video that simply explains mental health as perfectly, especially depression. So next, I will talk through some coping and self-help strategies. Find someone you can trust to talk to if you're feeling down. This can be more than one person. It could be your manager, could be your workmate or work colleague out on site. It could be a family member or friend out of work. It could be someone on your LinkedIn network, social network colleague. Just find someone you can trust to talk to. It will help you, but it will also help them to open up too. Try to stay away from alcohol if you're feeling down. Excessive drinking will do the opposite of picking you up. Take up regular exercise. This could be having a game of five-a-side with your friends or mates after work, or it could be something more leisurely such as yoga, walking or swimming or meditation. Treat yourself. If there's something you want, it could be a new piece of clothing, DVD, music, CD, book, anything you want. Treat yourself to it as this will lift up your mood. Finally, there are many organisations with websites and social media pages with a wealth of content and references around mental health, such as Mind, the Mental Health Foundation, and the Calm Zone, to name a couple. Final thoughts, questions. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to IRSM for giving me this opportunity. Thank you to Fabricon for supporting me in this, my current employer. And thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time to attend this and listening to this. I sincerely hope all of you will take something of value away from this presentation and potentially use it to help yourself or help someone else. If I can just help one person from delivering this presentation today, it has been a massive success in my eyes. If anyone would like to speak further with me, I am happy to answer any questions now. Or if anyone would like to contact me in confidence to discuss any issues, you can email me on luke.coggan@ecrons.com. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Luke. We do have two questions. Can we share a copy of the video? You're happy for me to share the link to the YouTube video?
Yes.
And then someone asked if I can share a copy of your presentation. Are you happy for me to do that?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, and we've got numerous comments saying thank you, great presentation, really thought-provoking presentation. I found it very powerful. Thank you. It must be quite difficult to talk about something so personal to you. So it takes a brave person to be able to share like that. So thank you from me.
Thank you.
Franco, over to you.
Look, thank you very much for your time, for your presentation. A great thank you to your employer as well, who gave you the opportunity to join us today at our webinar. So thank you for them. And I think one of the wisest lessons I got from this presentation is that, you know, it's whenever you deal with a mental health issue, it's important to find someone you trust to talk to, not keep it for yourself, because the only way forward is to well, face the situation and find a solution for it by talking to someone or finding professional help. So I think that's a great takeaway from your presentation, and I fully agree with that mental health is talking about it is nothing related to weakness. I think it requires a lot of strength to open up. So I would say hats off for everyone who opens up. And as you said, you know, anyone who wants to talk, wants to reach out to you, wants to reach out to me, reach out to a friend, please do so. You know, it's important. So thank you very much. Very much appreciated on your participation.
Thank you,
Yeah, can I just read out another couple of comments, because you mentioned that if you've helped one person. So I want to say thank you so much. A great presentation. Thanks, Luke, going through some very tough times with a family member who attempted suicide last week myself, which is quite emotional. Mental health is everyone's responsibility. Thanks for highlighting this, and thanks to Luke for sharing his personal experience and a wonderful presentation.
Thank
So
you.
I think you've achieved your mission today. So thank you very much. I'd like to thank Branko also. I'd like to thank everyone for attending, and just to remind everyone, your CPD certificate will follow. It's normally 24 hours after the webinar finishes, and I'll be sending an email in the next couple of days with a link to the YouTube video and also a copy of Luke's presentation. So I'd like to wish everyone a good afternoon or good evening wherever you are in the world, and hope to see you at the next branch meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.